Hey, crypto friends! Most new traders dream about massive profits with insane amounts of leverage, but the reality is it's far scarier than it looks to use that amount of leverage when you're scalping the crypto market. I spent an entire day yesterday trading crypto with 50x leverage on these small time frames, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I was trading, what I made, and why this level of risk can wipe you out in seconds if you are not absolutely prepared. Now, for those of you who love trading crypto and would like to try out the same exchange that I use on a daily basis, feel free to go ahead and try out the Blowfin exchange here with the link in the video description down below this video. I personally love this exchange because they allow anybody from anywhere to be able to sign up and trade crypto futures. So if you are one of those types of people, you can go ahead and trade crypto futures here. All right, guys, so there's going to be no fluff in this video whatsoever. I'm just going to dive right in and show you exactly what I did and show you how I have been trading these charts, all right? So here we are on the real-time charts, and the coin that I was trading all day yesterday was actually Pyth because it was on a massive upswing. Let me go ahead and change my colors here on the exchange. I do not like this blue. It is very, very annoying. So we're going to go ahead, change it to lime green real quick, change that to lime green, change this to lime green, and there we go. All right, so as you guys can clearly see, I have got my 7-period moving average, which is this white line going on right in here. And then I have also got I've also got two indicators open here. I've got the MACD and the RSI. Now, I'm not using these indicators to make my entries or exits. What I'm using these indicators for is just simply to use as guides to be able to kind of tell me, where the momentum in the current price movement is going, all right? What I am doing, though, is I'm also using trend lines here. I'm using trend lines. I'm using short-term support and resistance levels as well. These all kind of tell me and help me out to be able to try to figure out where I should enter and where I should exit my trades, all right? So let me go ahead and get rid of these lines real quick just so I can kind of start over here and kind of tell you exactly what I was doing in my process that I was doing this in. So basically, here we've got our basic chart right here, all right? Now, what I was doing is I'm basically drawing my trend lines first, and so there we go. I've got a trend line right there. And then, let's see here, I have got this current short-term low right down in here, so I'm going to mark this as a short-term support level, and we are going to just mark that straight across right there. And basically what I am going to do here is, obviously, for instance, right here, we're just going to start right here, and then price ends up going up and it ends up touching the top of this trend line right here. But obviously this trend line wasn't created at this point in time, so I would have waited, and obviously it did end up hitting the trend line right up there. So obviously it's going to come back down after that, and that's exactly what happened. The price ended up coming back down, and this is where I would have taken my opportunity to enter a trade. All right, now, as I mentioned in a lot of my videos, when I'm using my trading strategy of using my moving average here, when price is bullish, even when it's short-term bullish here on the very short-term time frames like this, price will be above and on top of the moving average. When it's bearish, it's going to be below the moving average, all right? As you guys can clearly see right in here, this was bearish. So I would have entered my position right in here, right at this little level right here, and I would have wrote it all the way down to the bottom of where this short-term support level would have been, all right, because this would have already been created, all right, and that's exactly where price ended up overall is the bottom of that trend line right there, and then it bounced back upwards and started going back up, and I would have either ended up longing this bounce right down here, or I would have ended up longing right in here when it crossed the moving average right here, because that tells me that things are starting to go bullish again. And I'm also looking at the MACD. MACD started to change, the histogram on the MACD started to change color right there. We had a cross right here. That tells me that things in the short term are starting to look bullish again, and we started turning green right here as well. And on top of that, the RSI continued to go up as well. It reached the neutral level right in here, and we ended up, realistically, we ended up crossing the neutral level into bullish territory right in here as well. All right. So overall here, I would have taken that long right at this moving average cross right in here, and riding it up to either the top of this trend line right here, or if I see that price is going through the trend line, then I'm going to stay into it, and I'm going to wait and see if it goes up to this level of short-term resistance right here, which is the top of this little short-term peak right here. All right. But if it doesn't, like as you can see right now, it's starting to trend downward a little bit, then I might start thinking about getting out of the trade and just taking my profits, all right? Because realistically, from here to here with 50x leverage, that's a lot of profit. So overall, I'm probably going to end up taking my profits and just kind of waiting it out and waiting for a new opportunity to show itself, all right? So that's basically how I go ahead and trade these small short-term opportunities with 50x leverage on the real-time charts like this, all right? It's really not that hard. You just kind of have to know what you're doing and know what you're looking for. And this is honestly the strategy that I was just telling you about that I used here on this chart. It's the same exact type of strategy that I use when I'm trading any kind of chart, whether I'm trading the 1-hour charts or the 4-hour charts. I love using the moving average, and that's exactly what I do with trading at any given time. Normally, I don't use indicators like these at all. I'm only using these indicators on the smaller time frame here simply because I want to be able to gauge where momentum is going in the short term, all right? Normally, other than that, usually for me, it's just using the moving average coupled with trend lines and support and resistance levels, and that's pretty much it. So now that I went ahead and told you how I was trading yesterday, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I ended up making yesterday, because it was actually pretty good. So overall here, I ended up making a total of 319% profits yesterday out of 7 different trades, as you guys can clearly see right here. First one was 29.7%. The next one was 32.7%. And then the next one was 79%. And then the next one after that was a short-term 27%. And the next one was 37%. And then I had another one that was 61%, and then I had another one that was 52%. So I made some pretty darn good profits doing this yesterday, all right? Now, if you are a beginner trader, I personally would not recommend trading like this, and the reason why is because beginner traders typically are not capable of making very quick decisions when it comes to entries and exits on smaller time frames like the real-time charts right here. So instead of taking the risk of losing your trading capital super quickly like that, it's better to just simply focus your learning efforts on a more manageable time frame so that you simply have more time to process your decisions. It's much easier to learn that way, all right? Now, overall here though, guys, even though I made some really decent profits doing this, the thing that you have to remember is I'm also an experienced trader, all right? I'm an experienced trader. I know what I'm looking for in relation to my trading strategy that I've been using for a few years now. I know when to exit trades every single time, and I know how much risk I can comfortably afford to take on in each trade as well. So unless you are an experienced trader and know what you are doing, I would not recommend beginner traders to attempt trading with high leverage on the real-time charts like this, all right? Now, guys, before I go ahead and wrap up this video, if any of you guys need or want any kind of more help with your trading outside of my videos here on the channel, as always, feel free to go ahead and join my ACR Trading Discord community server with the link in the video description down below this video, all right? Other than that, guys, if you enjoyed this video and you feel like you got some pretty decent value out of it, please be sure to, hey, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button below the video to help me out. And with that said, for those of you guys who stuck around and watched this entire video throughout the whole thing, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you.